Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the second look for 31 Days of Halloween. But first, starting off, I'm drawing a big smile on my face. Then I go and block out my brow. Now taking the Miron's Clown White paint, I'm putting this all over my face. And then we take a damp beauty blender to blend it all out. Then with a translucent setting powder, we are powdering the entire face. Now taking the white paint by Graftobian, I'm going in to draw the teeth. For the teeth, I'm just making some little triangles. So make the triangles, and as you're going around, curve them up. And then we fill in the entire tooth white. Now we're going in to make some little baby teeth. This will be the second layer. So the first layer are the bigger ones, and then the second layer are the little small ones. Taking the black paint by Graftobian, I'm going in and lining the bottom of the teeth just to separate them so I know what's what. Then once I separate them with the black, I go in with the white and fill in the little baby teeth. Also with that black, I take it and line in between. Taking the black, I'm lining across the top portion of the teeth. For the bottom row of teeth, we are just doing the same thing. So taking that white paint and drawing them in. You just want to flip them this time. They kind of look like little candy corn. Just imagine that you are painting on candy corn. Fill them in and outline them with black. Now taking the CCBeauty paint palette, I'm taking the black in there, and we are filling in the portion of our mouth. With Crimson Red from Graftobian, we are outlining the entire mouth area and then along the tops of the teeth. Dipping into the Makeup Revolution's Marvelous Mattes palette, I'm taking the yellow shade and running that along the teeth. So we're taking that yellow shade and tapping along. Make sure that you tap, because tapping will help you blend the shades onto the paint. Then with the mustard yellow shade out of the same palette, we are taking that and layering it over the yellow. Taking black to add depth to the teeth, we are doing the same thing, but with the black, you want to shade the outside corners of the teeth. Now taking the ABH Norvina Volume 1 palette, I'm dipping into C5. This is a brownish shade, and it's going to make the teeth look a little bit more rotten and decayed. Now using the Midas Cosmetics pigment, this is the red shade, and the ABH primer, I'm going in to prime my eyes and blending that out with the sponge as well and powdering it. Then I mix the pigment and the primer together to draw this looped pointy shape on my eye. I don't know what that shape is called, but we've all seen it before. Taking the ABH glitter adhesive with the pigment, I combine both of those together. We're going in to fill in the entire portion that we outlined. When working with such a bright shade as this red, you want to make sure that you put a lot of translucent powder underneath the eye, so when the pigment falls down, it's not messing up your makeup and you'll be able to just sweep it away. Do the same to the other eye. Taking the red shade from the Norvina palette, this is D3. I'm going to run that along the bottom lash line. Then with the white from the palette, which is C1, I'm going to run that along the inner portion. So red is on the outer portion, white is on the inner portion. Now to do the famous lines that it has on its face, we are taking the black shade very lightly, very lightly, because we're sketching out where we want these lines to be. And I find it easiest to do each side at the same time, so that way they are symmetrical. Then we go in and sketch out our brows. And for the top portion, we're doing the same thing. So I'm making sure that the lines are as close as possible lined up to the bottom ones. And then I do a little dot above because that's where I want my point to be. Taking the red paint, we're filling in those lines. You want to run the red paint directly over the brow. I decided to make some nose wrinkles, so I just scrunch up my face and outline where I want those wrinkles to be, and then I go and outline where I want the smile lines to be, and when he's smiling, where his folds would naturally be on the jaw. So now that I have those outlines, I take the black and go in and darken them up. Then I take the black lightly and drag out the color just so we can add some depth and shading. And with a fluffy blending brush, I take it and I'm tapping over the shade to blend it out even more. I find that tapping blends it out better than just swiping it back and forth. Jumping back up to the nose wrinkles again, I'm doing the exact same thing, so lightly tapping over it to blend it out, and then taking that fluffy blending brush to tap and blend even more. Then making a second little wrinkle there, we're doing the exact same thing. And with whatever is left over on the brush, I'm taking that into the inner portion, like the hollow of the eye, and just deepening up that a little bit. For the smile lines, it's the same steps. Go over it with the black and then tap it out. Taking the black, we are dragging it over. So we're connecting the smile line to the fold to a little bit of the top lip, if that makes any sense. Then go over it, tapping, tapping, tapping until you get the amount of shading and depth that you want. Starting on the chest, we are making that little ruffle thing that the clowns wear. I don't know what it's called, but whatever it's called, we're making it. So just draw some squiggles with black paint. Fill it in. I am using the Miron's white liquid makeup. I don't know how I feel about this. This is still up in the air about this one, but I will let you know. Each time that I've used it twice and it's cracked. So I don't know. I'm still testing it out. Anyway, so just go in and fill that entire neck piece in. Yeah, I guess a neck piece. Yes, that's what I would call it. Now with black, we're going in to make some shadows where the ruffles would sink in. So just take that black and go along the edges, curving it as you go. Then with black as well, we are going between where each ruffle meets. So you want to go in with the black to divide those ruffles because a shadow would naturally be there. Then with the black, I am taking it and dragging it down to create even more of a shadow between some of the little gaps in the ruffles. Don't forget to do underneath where your skin meets the paint so it looks like it's floating off of your chest. Now going in to fill in the neck with the same Miron's body paint. I don't really care for it, but it was fine with this look because this is it, and he's more like grungy, dirty. So if you don't have this, just use a white body paint. Now taking black shadow, I am going in and lining where that skin is showing. And then with a fluffy brush, I'm going in and dirtying it up a little bit. So run it along the tops and the bottom. With a tiny brush, I'm taking a little bit of black and making like a second layer. For the nose area, I didn't really know if I wanted to just do a little circle or if I wanted to do it all over the nose. For this part, I just put a little circle on the nose and it stays like that for the rest of the tutorial, but I change it in the end. Taking Prose and some little gems, I am popping this on the top 2 points and the bottom 2 points. For the nose wrinkles, I want to go in and deepen that up even more to make it a little bit more sunken in. Pop on our lashes, and then with that red pigment, I'm going in and lining the outer portion of the bottom waterline, and the inner portion of the bottom waterline will be lined with red. The middle will still be completely white. Taking the black cream paint that we used earlier, we're going to fill in the entire mouth now, the portion that we left open. Powder it and then go over it with black shadow. Now to pop on our wig. So this is what the look is like with the little button nose. Boom, that's what it's like with it all over the nose. I liked it better with it all over the nose. That is it for the tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, and make sure that you come back tomorrow for another video that is a part of the 31 Days of Halloween series. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye!